Hey guys, we're Galaxy 5 here, so today I finally have my hands on the Wave 3 of the Sonic the Hedgehog 3 movie collection pack that includes Sonic, Joe Robotnik, Super Shadow, the Buzz Bomber, and the Burrito Drone. Now, as always in these type of videos, before taking a look at the actual figures inside themselves, we gotta take a look at the box first. So on the front of the box, we of course have this little plastic window here which shows all the figures: Sonic, Joe Robotnik, Super Shadow, the Buzz Bomber, and the Burrito Drone. And on the left of that, we have here some pictures of Team Sonic and Shadow, which is literally always in all of the merchandise for this movie. So underneath that, we have the movie logo and the Jack Pacific logo, which is of course the toy company who's always making these movie figures. Next to that, we have here movie collection. On the left side of the box, we have here a picture of Shadow, which is also seen on the front side of the box, as well as the movie logo. On the right side of the box, we have here a render of Shadow, which we've already seen, and the movie logo. On the back of the box, we have here pictures of all the figures you can get in this set, including Sonic, the Buzz Bomber, Joe Robotnik, Super Shadow, and the Burrito Drone. And on the bottom is the Wave 3 of the 5-inch figures, which I've already done videos on, so after this video you could check those out too. So there's that. And finally, on the bottom of the box, we have here a barcode, so that if you're interested in getting this pack, you can just scan that on whatever website you get this set from, and you can just go purchase it. So for me, I bought this pack from GameStop, and it cost like $25, which is kind of weird because usually these kind of packs are like only $20 or so. So I'm not sure why the price went up. I don't know if that price is only for GameStop. I believe you can also get this pack in like Toys R Us. I'm not sure if you can get it in Walmart or Target. I believe you can also get it in Amazon. But anyways, enough yapping. Let's get this pack open. Alright, so as you can see here, I have all of the figures out of the box. So let's save the best for last and take a look at the re-releases, because this pack has quite a lot of them. So I'm just going to take a look at all these characters very briefly, because as I just said, they are re-releases and I've already made videos on them. So first, let's take a look at Sonic, because he's Sonic, and he's in this pack because I don't know, I guess because it's the main character. I don't really know why they decide to release this same Sonic figure like the 4th time. So I'm gonna briefly take a look at this guy. He looks really accurate to the movie. He is a really well detailed figure. As you can see here, he has his very happy expression. So yeah, and he has all his back spikes, head spikes. His head can go in a full 360. His arms can go up and down. Do a little that. Do a little that. Pretty cool. And his legs can move up and down. Regular figure stuff. Yada yada yada. So yeah, really cool figure. I just don't know why they decide to release this guy like a 4th time. So there's Sonic. And we have these guys. So we have here a Buzz Bomber, which I really do not know why they decided to put him in the set, because he's not even in the movie. He's only in the 2nd movie, and he never appears in the 3rd one. So I'm not quite sure why they decided to release this guy like a 2nd time, because he's not even in the movie. But we're gonna take a look at him anyway. So his color is pretty bland. It's just white, red, black. But the sculpt is pretty cool, I guess. He looks really accurate to their appearance in Sonic 2. You notice how I didn't say Sonic 3, because he's not even in it. So yeah, he can actually be taken off of this little base right here, which is translucent, because I don't know. So you can just put this little base under this little Buzz Bomber, because there's a little hole on the bottom, so you just put him there, take him out, whatever. So yeah, not much articulation to this guy. I think the only articulation is this head. I don't think it's the head. I think it's just the little neck, I guess that's what we could say. So yeah, this is the only articulation on this guy. So that's that. And finally we have the burrito drone. Once again, this guy was actually in the movie, but only for 10 seconds. So I'm not quite sure why they decided to choose this guy and this guy over, like, I don't know, Tails, Robotnik. I don't know, such a weird choice. But yeah, it's literally just the egg drone, but with a burrito on the top. I guess the painting's way better than the Buzz Bomber because the little eye on the Badnik is like way more accurate. And just like the Buzz Bomber, he can actually be taken off his little base, and it's also translucent. And this Badnik also has a little hole on the bottom, so you can just put him back on the base, take him back off. Yeah, normal stuff. So yeah, those are all the re-releases. I really don't understand why they decide to release these figures. I don't know. They could have at least put like more relevant characters like Tails. We haven't gotten a Sonic 3 Tails figure release, or a Robotnik. We haven't gotten him either. So I'm not quite sure why they decided to release these two Badniks, which this one is only in the film for like 10 seconds. This one isn't even in the film, so I'm not quite sure why they decided to choose these over more relevant characters such as Tails and Robotnik. But I don't know. The Sonic figure is pretty cool, but it's like the 4th re-release. So yeah, that's that. So those were all the re-releases. Now let's take a look at the actual new figures in the set. Alright, so as you can see here is the new figures that are in this set. And if you're wondering why all the lighting changed from the last clip, it's because my camera died and I had to wait like an hour or so for it to fully charge. So that's that. But anyways, so here we have the new figures from this set, and they are obviously Super Shadow and Joe Robotnik. So let's start off with Super Shadow first, because like we kind of have less to say about him really. So just like his 5-inch counterpart, he's pretty much just a re-release, or well, not a re-release, a recolor of his Wave 1 counterpart. So it's literally just the regular Shadow figure, just painted bright yellow to look like Super Shadow. So of course he has the same amount of articulation as the Sonic figure. His head can go in a full 360. His arms and legs can go up and down, you know. Same old articulation, pretty cool nonetheless. So, oh my god, there's a cat. What the heck? Where'd you come from? Well, okay. Whatever. So anyways, so kind of like the 5-inch Super Shadow figure. One thing I would change about this figure is the facial expression, of course, because I think it's a little bit lazy that it's literally just a recolor of the regular Shadow figure. So I wish they changed something about his face, maybe like give him a more angry expression, maybe even like kind of a smirk, kinda. I don't know. In my opinion, it's just a little bit lazy that they just released a recolor of the first Shadow figure. But honestly, it is what it is. Another thing that I would change about this figure is that I would probably give him the same paint that they did for Supersonic. So here's the Supersonic figure, and as you can see here, this Supersonic figure has really sparkly, really glossy, really shiny paint, and this Super Shadow figure just has regular old paint. It doesn't like sparkle or anything. It doesn't shine. It isn't really glossy. So yeah, that's one thing I would change about this figure, is that I would give him like a more shinier coat of paint, just like Supersonic here. But it's really no big deal. It's kind of just my, oh my god. I really apologize for what just happened. A cat kind of invaded our set, and I don't know. That was totally unexpected. It was not scripted at all. I have no idea what just happened. But anyways, as I was saying, one thing or no, another thing that I would change about this Super Shadow figure is that I would give him glossy paint, just like what they did for Supersonic. So yeah, I just really think that if they gave him like more glossy paint, it would make him like way better than like he already is. It would, yeah, that's pretty much all there is to it. So overall, it's a really cool Super Shadow figure. Oh yeah, also, I also like the fact that they gave him his little light in his ring cuffs, because if you guys don't know, in the movie, when Shadow becomes super, his little ring cuffs glow, like the little center of that. So yeah, really cool detail that I didn't really expect him to do, but it's cool nonetheless. Really cool, really nice detail. So yeah, as I was saying, really cool figure. I kind of wish they did a little more than just a recolor of the regular Shadow figure, but it is what it is. So we're just gonna set him aside here. And last but not least, we have Gerald Robotnik and his 2.5-inch form. And this is a figure, I guess. Alright, so first of all, he is a really cool figure. He's really well detailed, just like his 5-inch counterpart. He looks really like Gerald Robotnik from the movie. Let's take a look at his face right here. His eyes are so small, I didn't even realize that. Alright, so anyways, oh, it's a cat. That's the cat who crashed our set earlier. Silly cat. So anyways, so Gerald's face looks kind of derpy, really goofy. His eyes are really small, but from afar it doesn't look that bad, but if you look really closely, it just looks really goofy. But he has his mustache, really cool, I guess. His head can go in a full 360, as always, but it's kind of hard. I think his neck is just really stiff, but I don't know. So of course he has his lab coat on, and he actually has a little like ID kind of. Whoa! Oh my god, it actually says words on it. It says Dr. Gerald Robotnik with a little picture on it. That's really cool. That's some really good detail for a figure that's like not even the size of my thumb. Wow, I didn't. That's some really good detail, honestly. So yeah, his lab coat is like really rubbery, so that his legs can like move with the lab coat in the way. So like even if the lab coat is kind of in the way of his legs, he can still move his legs. So that's really cool. I think they did the same thing with the Robotnik figure from Sonic 2. So that's really cool how they carried that on to the third movie figures. Where'd the cat go? Whatever. So of course his articulation's pretty much the exact same as the other figures. As I showed you, his head can go in a full 360. His arms can go up and down, just like so. Can go do a little turn right there. And his legs can go up and down. Pretty cool. So yeah, this figure is really cool, but I just have one problem with it, and it's his legs. Well, not his legs, it's actually his feet, because I don't know why they decide to position his feet like this, but because of this, he can't really stand up that well. And that's pretty much the reason why you saw Gerald laying down instead of standing up next to Super Shadow in the beginning of this clip. So yeah, I'm really not sure why they decide to position his feet like that, because it makes it really hard for him to stand up. So that's really my main issue with this figure. But overall, it's not a bad figure. The paint job is really good, a lot of cool detail. It's just that one problem that I have with this figure. So yeah, overall, it's a really cool figure. I'm just glad that they decide to finally add a character who is relevant to the movie into a movie collection pack. So yeah, really cool figure. Alright, so here's a size comparison between all the figures in the set and their 5-inch counterparts, and overall they look pretty similar. they're practically just the same thing. But I kind of noticed that the Super Shadow figures have different shades of yellow. Like the 2.5-inch figures yellow looks a lot lighter than this one. I'm not sure. I don't know why that is, but I mean, I guess pretty cool. Alright, so overall, this is a really cool set, I'd say. But my only main issue, and it's like a really big issue in this set, and it's just the choice of characters and re-releases especially. So yeah, I'm really not happy with the choice of characters in the set. Like, of course we have Super Shadow and Joe Robotnik. They're like really cool, but like all the re-releases are like really weird because like they chose to put this Buzz Bomber and he's not even in the movie. They chose to do this little burrito drone guy and he was only in the movie for like what, 10 seconds. And then we have Sonic, and he's not a bad figure by any means, but I'm just kind of frustrated that it's like the 4th re-release of Sonic, and it's like, why? So if I were to create my own Wave 3 pack, I would have kept maybe okay, so obviously I would have kept Super Shadow and Joe Robotnik. Maybe keep Sonic, maybe, probably, and most importantly, I would replace these Badniks with like Tails and Robotnik, because we haven't gotten like a Sonic 3 release of them, which is really weird because like they're like a key, like they are like really main characters, like they had like a big like importance to the plot. So it's really weird that they didn't like release like a little tiny figure of them, even though they had like such an important role in the movie. But you know what, it is what it is. So, and the cat is back. Are you serious right now? Please don't destroy the set. Anyways, yeah, hopefully Wave 4 comes out. And you might be wondering, wait, when was the Wave 4 announced? There was no Wave 4. Well, technically there was, because there's like a picture floating around of this set with like child mascot Sonic, child mascot Tails, child mascot Knuckles. But that was like months ago, and we haven't gotten much info on that set since. So I'm not sure if it was canceled or not, and I really hope it's not, because it looks really cool. I would love like a child mascot Sonic, Tails, Knuckles figures. Like, that would be awesome. So yeah, hopefully that releases, and yeah, that's pretty much it. So if you enjoyed today's video, please like, subscribe, hit the bell notifications, and share this video if you want. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Goodbye!